Are more people active since the pandemic? I think this was something that a lot of people were really waiting to see is, okay, there's a lot of people who started working out more because they noticed they were gaining some weight from being at home a lot. And there was also a lot of people that noticed they don't feel as good mentally from being at home all the time. So they may have had that extra free time, especially if there was job layoffs during the pandemic. There was way more free time to exercise specifically. But after that, have they stuck with their goals? And from the Mintel report, we're going to look at again, 36% of consumers are actually working out more regularly than before the pandemic. So 29% over the age of 55 are actually working out more consistently too. And this is something we'll talk about specifically with older adults and working out and the importance of them to work out. Americans are exercising more in general. This is a great thing. So in 2020, 67%, of exercisers from this study recognized that they were doing it once a week. Since the pandemic in 2021, that's when the really, really cool thing to note. So why are people changing, generally speaking? I think people are changing because the shocking events of the overall pandemic have led to them reconsidering their life. And this has happened in a lot of aspects of life. So this has happened from financial things where people are like stuck in a job they don't like and they realize like, oh, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I think that same thing is kind of coming back to our health and why people are looking for, especially after the pandemic, as a kind of jumpstart, as a source of motivation to get them into working out. Priorities in their health and life. Why are people changing? I think another big thing too for why people are changing their health patterns quite a bit, as we just discussed, is that their priorities and specifically the people around them have changed. They realize like, if I can't be healthy for myself, if I can't do this for myself, it's hard to be healthier for others. So I think that's another huge thing. Will these changes last? That's to be determined. I feel like they will likely drop a little bit, but motivation always drops after these things happen. I think the older generations will definitely start embracing physical activity more, and we'll talk about that actually in a second on why I think seniors should be working out right now if you not currently are. But from this pandemic, they saw that, a lot of the people who were affected from it were older, but not just people who are older, people who had diabetes, heart disease, all these other comorbidities. They developed that later down the road. So a huge, interesting thing to mention there. Okay, so, and then exercise habits may improve over time. And I'm hoping, again, as we talked about earlier, that this is because people realize it's not that bad. It's not that bad, and you can get a lot of benefit from just a small amount of physical activity.